Bitcoin is going to zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
Let's get it. What's up, guys? Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time here with me. Really appreciate it. Okay, here we go. KTGT number 1. What's up, Alexander G, the Queen Mode? Welcome. Great to have you guys around. All right, so today is gonna be a very simple day. Things did play it out and moved throughout the weekend. Today we're gonna be looking at what is gonna be our location here, because we're getting close to things kind of like a breaking. All right, I'm thinking a little bit, well, I was thinking in the morning maybe some bounce to the upside and then breakouts, but it seems like we're gonna be getting some breakouts sooner than later, so go check them out. It's our favorite Mexicans. Superman, thank you, my friend. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, so let's get it. Let's go to the chart.
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
All right, we got it right here. And I think that would be a fantastic audio to make those transitions. I don't know. Or maybe we could do the double kill or Danger Will Robinson. I don't know. You guys tell me. Oh, by the way, Rib Chat, today, oh my God, I had some pretty damn good ribs, bro. And not gonna lie, they were from TI, what is it? Thanks God it's Fridays. So the restaurant, ooh, ones that are spread with bacon, ooh, they were pretty good. I have better, but being from Fridays, they were pretty freaking good, to be honest. All right, so let's get them. And this is what I got. Oh, see, that indicator got, oh, R, what's up, bro? My gaming body, how's it going, my friend? Welcome. Connor, was it Connor Mime? I don't know. Let me know, bro. How can I tell you? Or how can I call you? Connor Mime or Connor Mema. Can you check out MAMO? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, TGI Fridays. Yes, that is the one. I don't remember a little story here. When I was a little kid, there was a dessert called pie in the sky. It was a huge bowl with a lot of ice cream and fudgy brownie at the bottom. It was hot, and then it also had a pie stuck at the top of it. Dude, that was freaking fantastic. Just had it twice, and then they regenerated or like renewed their menu, and they took it away. Pretty bad. Because I mean, I loved it. May. All right, perfect. I do that, May. Thank you. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna start first with hype, and then we're gonna move to Bitcoin, and then I'm gonna get to, what was it? MAMO. All right, absolutely. Just so you know, I'm not forgetting about the asset that you requested, but I need to go over those. All right. We also have Harp in the chat. What's up, bro? Welcome. Oh man. Let's get it. All right, so here's the thing. This is what I believe most of the cases we're gonna have, right? For majority of coins, all right? Here is the thing. I was expecting this to go a little bit lower, which seems like it might not be doing that. It's going flat, which means a possibility to go higher. All right, just like the green thing in here. All right, so we have two plans. Either we go up from there, all right, we have a short movement to the upside, so a very limited movement to the upside, and that is because look at your volume matrix. Let me move this to the right. Look at your volume matrix right here, and that volume matrix is almost topping up. All right, look at the areas where they topped up and then they start decreasing. Look at what they do. Let me show you really quickly. Let's go almost candle by candle. This is the highest point, all right? And to be honest, I mean, I'm not 100% sure if we are here or there, all right? But in both of those cases, all right, right here, we had a little movement to the downside and then an increasement on the price action. A little movement to the downside and increasement on that price action. Important. We still had a little bit more to go. And then when we start seeing that volume decreasing, all right, when the volume start decreasing, and not only that, better yet, when we have decreasing on money flow, that's when we saw the price rejecting or retracing. All right. So let's compare that to what we got in here. So we have negative money flow. All right. That's not good. We're also topping on volume matrix. All right. And well, our true 70 just basically flat. We're coming down on our dynamic reactor. So things are like mismatching. 1 second, guys, please. Let me check this out. One second, guys. Sorry, I'm just getting a little thing here in Chart Prime. Sorry for that. And let's get it. Let's take a look at here. Okay, sorry. It's just that I have a couple of things going on. Just all right. Sorry for that. We're back at it. Hey, Gary, how's it going, brother? Welcome, welcome. All right, so the thing is that we're flattening out here instead of coming back down. That gives me back a little bit of that pump up movement. Remember that we have two plans for here. Either a short version to the top when we retrace, that is the green pathing here, all right, and then we have a secondary, which is this one right there. Let me show you, like, coming back down. This already had happened, all right, then pumping up to the dynamic reactor, bouncing off dynamic reactor, and then see if we're gonna be holding the trend line. All right, a lower high right now, I think, would mean a very high probabilities that we break to the downside. All right, but hitting the top dynamic reactor coming back down would need another analysis. Let's go and take a look at a couple of other stuff. So this is the most common thing that we're going to be looking at. So like, for example, let's go to XRP. XRP, we are, look at that, we're having the exact same movement to the upside. All right, exact same movement to the upside. We already have peak performance. We are bouncing off dynamic reactor. Right, and look at that. I was expecting to have a little bit of a higher movement, then a correction, and then maybe double top or something, and then finally a bigger correction. Still, if we start losing this parabolic trend, right, or a trend line, let's draw together here. Like, let's go try to do this like this. All right, this trend line, if we start losing that trend line, well, then you know the drill. I think we're going to be going lower. Targets for that lower section, 278. All right. Just kind of giving you the heads up on what am I expecting. The only one that I believe it's looking way better, it's Solana. And that is because we are above on our zero line and we are curling back up. Still, the clock is ticking and I just don't see a big breakout. I mean, I want to see a big body kind of breakout, range at the top of the dynamic reactor, and that will create a flat pause of bullish continuation. The other way around, it will be a rejection, same story, losing the trend line, going for the short, and then taking some profit somewhere around 195-ish. All right. So other than that, let's go take a look at Bitcoin. We already know, just in case you did not pick that up, we are waiting for either a breakout to the upside for along the retest, or losing the trend line for a short. All right, this is a no trading zone for me. Okay, until or unless I see flip of the ribbon, peak performance diamond, and I see my money flow curling back down, I will be maybe trying to catch the top 4, taking profit 1 and taking profit 2. But in the meantime, as we are, I rather let it go. And when I have my breakout, I'm going to be shorting the breakout and then going for a secondary entry, and then off we go. All right, so hopefully we have no question. Let me repeat you guys just to see if we got it right here. Hey gang, what's up? Harp, welcome here. And who else we got here? Can we check Solana? Oh, we are on Solana. I enter a short at 213. 213. You enter a short at 213. All right, so you basically just quote unquote open it. I think you're gonna make it. I don't think that we're gonna have I mean, you can do something like this. All right, so you will be able to move your stop to entry, but remember there's this possibility, and I don't want to really go against you trading, brother, but I was really hoping, right, get this push through. We are still above the 0 line. All right, we are having upcoming or less bearish money flow. So look at the direction of that money flow. All right, and then we can still go a little bit higher on our volume matrix. I would say, well, keep your stop loss as is. All right, but then I mean, if it goes like this, well, then take some early profits and move your stop to entry and keep the rest in case we lost it. All right, but for Solana, if we get this breakout, all right, expect a ranged and then a pushover. If you see a rejection, all right, wait for the breakout of the trend line and enter for a short. So far, I think that's a pretty good entry that you got right there at the resistance. That is a pretty good zone. So there's nothing wrong with shorting a resistance, right? There's nothing wrong with doing that. So I think you're gonna make it. I think you're gonna be able to move your stop to entry and take some profits before the end of the night. All right, so let's go and check out the newest asset that I got requested. Well, I don't know. For me, this is the very first time that I see this. And let's go and take a look at it. Coinbase USDC. I've never heard about this one, man. Let's go and check that out. All right, do we have enough story? Not really. All right, there's not much that I can do with this kind of movement. All right, so really quickly. The point in this is that I just don't have history to compare things, right? If I just grab this from this, we're still in a downtrend. Yes, we have a buy. So until I have a breakout, and then I create a higher low, then I will be looking for a retracement, my entry, and then off we go. EP right here. Right? But other than that, I mean, we can still reject from here. So where do you buy, where do you exit? It's very hard to say. But if we just ignore that we don't have any history here, we're going to be buying at the flip of the ribbon to the upside. We're getting closer, all right? So as soon as you start seeing increase on your bearish power bar, all right? So we're going to be looking for that flip of the ribbon. When you start seeing that flip of the ribbon, we're going to be looking for a support. Not that we have many right down here because we're almost at the lowest low. And then after that, that's where we're going to be trying to jump in. I can bring out my predictive ranges. Maybe this one's here. Yep, maybe this one's here. And you see that they're a little separated here. And then we have those two very close together. So I would be saying maybe double bottom like this, or even a swing failure low. I was at the beginning thinking that we could get this, but looking at my predictive ranges, I am willing to change my decision and waiting for wherever it happens. All right, looking for that flip of the ribbon, looking at where am I at any of those, and then if I'm shorted, like let's just, like, for example, if the price action it's in here when I have my flip of the ribbon, I still gonna be aiming for that zone, right? If the price action is somewhere around here, and then I get the flip of the ribbon, I'm still gonna be waiting for that taken zone. All right, so for that zone to be taken. Other than that, that's what I got on MAMO. MAMO, I don't know. But we also can do just this, lock this trend line, create an alert, and I would say the better option will be wait for it to break out, going for that retest, look for that break off structure or break to that zero line. All right, still have positive money flowing here, good volume matrix pointing to the upside, your entry, and off you go. So I would actually be counting more within this one, not in here or even down there, right? But keep an eye on your oscillator, that will give you the entry. If you're using a free indicator like the linear regression oscillator, by the way, this is a free indicator right here. All right, and this is also a free indicator, so you can do your own setup just like mine with free indicators. Wait for, that peak performance diamond, and then wait for your reversal diamond right there. All right, you also want to have strength on the bullish on the green, or lose strength, all right, the purple line going low on the bearish zone. Let me show you. For example, right here, you see how this is decreasing and this is going up? This is the part that you want to long right here, all right? Or this is the part that you want to long right here, if that makes sense, because it's pointing up, strength on the bullishness, or losing strength on the bearishness, all right? Both of those means range or going upwards. So there we go. All right, let's go check out a couple of other stuff. Thank you, honey. And then let's go over Bitcoin. We have skipped Bitcoin. By the way, guys, if you want me to take a look at anything, please do at Piper Academy, so I can see your tag, and of course I can like have it on hand and make the analysis for you guys. But pretty good one there. May. All right, let me see. Do I have anything else? Seems like we're not. All right, so let's go over a couple of other stuff. I just got a grass setup here, a grass rig. All right, so that grass, it's breaking through. Perfect. We have a reversal. We have grass breaking through. All right, and we're very close to that dynamic reactor. We need to be very careful with this entry. Why? Because even if we hit dynamic reactor is higher than it was before, technically creating a higher low. All right, and why would I be worried about that? Because our volume matrix, it is ramping up. I don't see signals that it is on max zones right here, so it is not like right here in between bright and bright green. It is just getting out of the red, right? So it's just the beginning of it. All right, so talking about that, we're gonna be giving it a little bit more time. When we start seeing that flip of the ribbon or breaking through, and let me give you this setup really quickly. Look at this highs, and yep, we're breaking it. So I do believe that we could be going for a short position, but not right now. Is it going to be today? I absolutely think so. All right. I do think that it's going to be today, but not right now. Okay. Oh God. All right, 1 second. Perfect. All right, so sorry, I'm just getting bombarded with direct messages. There for that. All right, so let's go check out a couple of other stuff, like for example, Link. We got another one alert at, there you go, 2184. basically right at this top. All right, and that is the top of the range. So what are we gonna be doing? Let me just clear this up. You already kind of like I have the answer of that. All right, so we are at the top. This would be a good area to short, but we don't have the signals to short right now. When were we shorting? At the breakout of our trend line. We're not near to break to that trend line, but we are going to be looking for a little bit of a range zone. That will be where we need to look for that peak performance diamond. All right, and then of course that ramp up as we have our crossover, like, oh no, that one, like for example coming from green to blue. All right, and then having our ATX pushing upwards. That will be strength in the bearishness. All right, breakout, that will be our next entry. So just to make it clear, I'm gonna be giving it some more time just in case we are pushing upwards. Let me bring up here, there we go, my volume profile. I want to go over through these areas in here. Let me check those out. One sec. All right, perfect. So those are my smart money entry areas. Despite I'm hitting this resistance, right? I believe that we might still push through, and that is because the blue line, despite this being a formidable area of resistance, it is the most crossed over line. Not only that, going through that blue line will mean getting to dynamic reactor and then a smart money entry. So I'm actually going to be looking for an entry somewhere around 216. Right here, there you go, 216. So getting ready to short link. That will be just in between right now in 8 hours. All right, so why am I looking for right now in 8 hours? Because 8 hours we're gonna have 2 more candles. If we are piercing through this area, we're gonna be shorting it as we have a breakout all the way right here and maybe all the way down here. If we have a retest, your re-entry, and then off we go. So I'm planning right now for not a hedge, but to see where the market is revealing their hand. All right, so that's what I got so far. Let's go over a top-down analysis really quickly. Let's go XRP. Same story. All right, so are we on reversal? Yes, in fact, right now we have a, there we go. You know what? Why not? Let's try to make it here. This is going to be our first entry of the night. We already have a peak performance diamond. It is 1-2 candles away. All right, let's leave that as is. We are on rejection zones. And let's do our first entry. This is going to be a quarter of a position. All right, just to start testing the markets. So let's go for that short position right here, and your stop loss is going to be at the previous high, and then of course you give yourself a little bit of that wiggle room. Your stop loss somewhere around 295, and then you're going to be aiming right here at 278, 280 ish. That is for your first taking profit. The actual target will be a little bit lower or even all the way down. All right, so taking profit targets are going to be right here, and that is because I could be expecting right here a breakout retest and then continuation. So right here, TP1, move your stop to entry as soon as we can. All right, and then the way up in here. If you want to call a percentage in here, be my guest. I think that will be also a good idea. I know it's not that big of a deal, but there we go. It's a very small position, so be careful how you handle this. Remember, quarter of a position. So far, I'm gonna set an alert to call me when I'm getting closer to a stopped out, just to overview things, or when I'm getting closer to my next taking profit. Just for good measure, also I'm gonna be locking this trend line and adding another alert to it. So anywhere this thing moves, I'm gonna be alerted too. Hey T-Dub, we have T-Dub in the chat. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? All right. Let's go and take a look at a couple of other stuff. TAO, it's been a long time since I don't see TAO. TAO double bottom. That's a good stuffing here. So double, triple bottom. We already are breaking through the trend line. This is the trend line. Breakout retest continuation. We're gonna be waiting for the next flip of the ribbon. I think we can get it somewhere around here, and I don't think that we're gonna have a like this. I don't think that is gonna happen. I don't think that we're gonna have a dump like that, but we could be having a retest of these areas despite my smart money entry. It's kind of like in here, or even all of these. This is just too big of an area for me to actually pinpoint it. So I'm gonna be trying to short it in this zoning here. All right, so that is gonna be for TAO. We'll see how that goes. JASMY and Bonk. Let's go take a look at those. All right, so there it is. We did call this out. Remember, flat positive bearish continuation. It did it. Perfect. I think this is a good area to start looking back at this. Usually the third one is the charm. First, second, and we'll see if we got the third one right here. Very important. These haven't moved. And let's go check out really quickly. All right. And I'm not saying that it's going to be doing the same, but, and actually, I don't think they're going to be doing the same, but we need to compare it to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, instead of going for the third and last, remember, first, second, and then third, we were aiming at this area, it decided to go back up. We're at a huge freaking resistance. Let me clear this up. Here it is. And let me get this one off. Look at this, at a resistance heading up here. All right. So, I mean, I already have talked about this. I don't like this price action bouncing from this trend line, because that means that we are on a huge triangle. All right. So I would rather go or have it all the way down here. And that is because it would have created, you know, the support out of a megaphone that then breaks to the upside. But in this case, it's forming a huge triangle in here. All right, it's making a huge triangle. And triangles are known because they have 50% chances. All right, so not good, but still we do have some boundaries to break off of it. So what I'm trying to tell you, it is that, yeah, we could be trying on JASMY, sorry, to maybe create a high, but we have dynamic reactor. We still have our alert right here. Let me just push a little bit lower. All right, and then I'm gonna be adding another alert slightly below right here, and this is gonna be a break of structured continuation. So I'm gonna be trying to look for that short, and my target for the short is gonna be all the way, oh come on, down here, if I can get that short. All right, maybe a little bit higher, and let's bring up not predictive ranges, order blocks. That is liquidity zones, which still played very nicely. Let's see, where are my order blocks? Oh, it's not there. Oh, it's not there. Or maybe I did I confuse it with predictive with liquidity zones? Maybe. All right, so this is gonna be an entry for me if we can get that V-shaped recovery or swing failure pattern. All right, so we'll see if we can hunt that. If not, this goes up. I shorted. Let's see how far back can we throw that up, and then let's pick it back up. So that is gonna be for me for JASMY. Let's keep it as is right now. I know this is just a 30-minute show right at this point, but I don't want to actually be allocating that many stuff. All right, I'd rather let it go today. Remember, Monday adjustment after Sunday. Things are usually pumpy Monday, but I believe that we're gonna have a rejection for tomorrow. So look at for resistances. Look at for that area of reversal, and if it ranges, get the F out of there. Do not long a range. All right, the other way around, short the range. If we are below dynamic reactor. Yeah, I'm a little bearish. Hey, Jesse, how's it going, brother? All right. So that is going to be...
Bitcoin is going to zero.
Whoops, my bad. That's my bad. So that is gonna be it for me today. Hey Kelly, how's it going? Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it. So that is gonna be it for me today. Guys, take it easy today. All right. Check out the charts. Keep your eyes, I wouldn't say glued to the charts, but set a couple of alerts. All right. What is your favorite asset? I don't know. Ethereum. Put a alert below. Put alert above. Right. Take a look at those things. Also, crypto. What's up, bro? Set a couple of alerts, right? So whenever it moves, you see the direction of the movement, and then you know what to do, right? Do you like ADAT? Same story. Do you like Link? Same story. Do you like Dogecoin? Same story, right? Let's just oh, you're not seeing this, but here it is. Let me just go to the charts really quickly because I think this is rather interesting. It's a little bit noisy. I'm not gonna lie. There you go. But I'm thinking that we could get to the dynamic reactor and have a big throw back down. And that is because of the pattern that I'm seeing right here that might be playing out again, right? So other than that, guys, be careful. Things are looking bearish under my perspective. But still, not because I'm seeing things bearish. I'm going to stay with a bearish setup. That's why you see me placing a alert right below the price action and an alert right above the price action, because it's not what I feel, it is where the market's going to be moving. Regardless of my opinion, I'm going to be jumping into that movement. All right, guys, so thank you so much for joining, and as always, see you guys tomorrow. And listen, tomorrow we're going to have a couple of entries. I assure you we're going to have so many entries. So let's get it, guys, and see you guys tomorrow.
Bitcoin is going to zero.
Zero.